Hello and welcome back to a very, very funky episode of A Friend of Mine. I'm Matt.
I'm Ben. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. It's good to have a guest here on the show for once. How are you doing today, Ben?
Yeah, typically it's sort of a 30-minute monologue from Matt.
Yeah, I get here and just like it was for many years in university, I would just talk to myself and no one else because there was no one to talk to.
Just sort of an extended angry rant. Just pissed off at the world for 30 minutes.
I just
but this
yell
week
at
we're
my
changing it up.
microphone for 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was unlistenable. But this week we're going to try a guest, and that's me. I'm Ben.
You're the guest.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we don't have any other listeners, or else someone might actually be confused about what's going on here.
Exactly. They'd be thinking, what? A change in the format to my beloved podcast? What?
What? No.
We can't have a guest.
Turns out we're just we're pulling your legs here. It's us. We're here. It's a new episode of our hit comedy podcast.
Yeah.
Where
Esteemed.
we answer questions found on Stack Exchange in the most original idea that's ever been conceived, and we talk about it in often attempts of humor, and that's it.
Yeah, we give it a shot. We give the odd joke a try. You know, sometimes they work, they usually don't, but we give it our best. We give it our all.
Yeah. I kind of feel like I should restart this entire thing because this has been going really badly, but here we are.
What? I think it's pretty good.
All right. So,
I'm enjoying myself.
Benjamin.
Yeah.
You are the master of ceremonies here. I guess, no, I'm the master of ceremonies. You're the master of questions. I don't have anything else to say, so why don't you hit me up with a question already? Just let's go right into it.
Well, here's the thing. We're only 2 minutes into the recording. With the current quality level, we're probably 12 seconds into the podcast with how much cutting is going to take place. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of worried with the number of questions I have that we're going to run out. So why don't we just filibuster for a few more minutes and then we can get to the questions.
All right. Well, hit me with you got to get me something with the filibuster. You can't just say, let's filibuster and then.
I thought I'd say, let's filibuster. And then you'd do your best Bernie impression and take out the newspaper and just start reading the declassifieds.
I don't have a classified with me, unfortunately. I have Dungeons and Dragons books. That's it.
We could read about the elven class or the gnome race.
The elves are not a class. They are a race.
Oh shit!
You've played Dungeons and Dragons. You know that.
Yeah, you're right. That does sound familiar. Okay, I was gonna ask though. We were talking about we were doing that really funny gag where I pretended to be a guest. Remember? It was like a minute and a half ago. It was really just a rock solid bit.
Okay. So am I the Conan to you being I don't know, Sandra Bullock or something?
Yeah, or I'm like the Andy Richter, and you can.
Oh, you're the Andy. Well, but then that means we have to have a guest, so you already fucked it up.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
you can't be. It can't just be Conan and Andy unless I'm doing my monologue.
Or you could be Conan and Andy. You could do that fantastic little hip dance and the scissor snips with the hips that Conan does. Remember that? Or that Conan used to do? Did you ever watch Conan? Were you a late night guy?
I watch a little bit of Conan. I think he is a very funny person. I think he's someone who is always kind of. I mean, you know, he has his off days, but
for sure.
I don't know. I like Letterman.
Yeah, me too.
I think he was probably the king of it for me, but beyond that, I think a lot of like modern late night stuff I'm not super into.
Yeah, me neither.
It's just a lot of people talking about the news, and like I get that because that's kind of what a lot of it is, but it just kind of makes me more depressed than anything. So
yeah, I do kind of like Stephen Colbert. I don't know. I used to be a big Conan guy, but I don't really watch it anymore.
Well, he's no longer on air, so you don't have to worry about that.
That's true. That's a good point. Kind of concluded naturally there.
Yeah. Colbert's definitely he's always been a funny guy, but he also, like, you know, it's a very focused on American politics, and I don't know. I get sick of American politics sometimes. You know, if we're gonna be, if we're gonna get real for a moment here,
Gonna get political.
I'm not getting political here, but yeah, I don't know. American politics can shut the fuck up sometimes.
Yeah,
hot take.
I agree. Also, I'll back your hot take. I'm with you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, yeah, David Letterman, I think, is the that guy. If he hated a guest, it showed, and he would just actively make fun of that guest while they were on, and it is one of the best things you'll ever see, and I love it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I respected the derision he had for some of his guests. He wasn't putting on an act, you know, or like trying to pretend like he was super into them.
No, he didn't care.
Yeah, I liked the realness.
Yeah, may he rest in peace.
For sure. Rip Letterman.
He's not dead. So we have...
Not yet.
He's got to be soon, right?
Yeah, if I have anything to say about it. I'm coming for you, Dave.
No, we can't make death
Look out.
threats on our show.
I don't think this is our first death threat either. I think it's a common theme in the photo film. It's a problem.
Oh my god. All right, well, we're 6.5 minutes in. Ben, I think it's time you hit me with a question. I'm sorry. I know.
All right. These are some fucking awful questions. Here we go.
Okay, so we have a video call, and we're looking at each other, and you look like you're about to burst into tears because I'm giving you the worst. I'm like, you got to do it. I'm handing the ball to you, and you're like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I don't want the ball. Don't give me the ball. Don't toss me the rock.
Please don't.
Yeah. Okay, we can do this. We'll do the questions. All right. Heads up, Letterman. Look alive. I'm coming for you. All right, question time.
I hate it. Don't do this to me.
All right, here we go. First question.
The show does not condone any violence. In fact, it condemns violence against anyone. Please don't think that we're trying to hurt David Letterman. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, we're anti-talk show host violence.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is in the world building Stack Exchange.
Oh, all right.
Asked by SN9. How could octopus-like creatures evolve to live on land?
That's a very
sort of
good
a thinker.
question. Well, an octopus can already survive at least for like a little bit on land.
Right. So does that count? Are we good?
All right.
Is
next
it asked and answered? They can survive for a few moments. Does that qualify?
That's a really good question.
What is a life, Matt?
But
a few moments on the land.
If I can just have a few moments on land, then I will know I have truly lived.
Yeah.
What we often don't tell you is that I'm recording this entirely underwater.
We are octopuses.
Yeah, we're trying to. So that question, we're trying to figure out our way to escape from this, the shackles of the sea.
This is an existential question for us. Yeah. We're heavily invested in this question.
Just as man escaped the atmosphere to outer space, so do we want to escape the wetness of the ocean.
God, it's like a wet prison down here.
Yeah, it's just...
If anyone has any ideas, please write in. I'm trapped.
This show is a plea for help. And if you're not here to help, then get the fuck out. We don't need you here. That's why there's no one listening, because there's no octopus experts that care to help us escape from the sea. That's what they're trying to do. It's a conspiracy. They're just trying to keep us below. They're trying to keep us so that we're not, escaping so we can dominate the earth like we've always supposed to do. Like,
exactly.
That's our destiny.
With our powerful beaks and our 8 tentacles?
Yeah. Our suction cups?
Our suction cups, yeah. Our ink? Our ink poops?
We don't need a quill for that ink. We make it. We just
that is a
squirt
natural
it
advantage.
out.
Yeah, we're big squirters. we squirt that ink.
Stop.
And we're coming for you. We're coming for you. We're
David
coming for your... We're coming for you, Letterman. We're gonna lead an octopus uprising to take out David Letterman. Hey, Letterman, don't walk near the ocean. A tentacle's gonna whip out and take you down.
Holy shit! Where does he live? New
God.
York. We're gonna be in the Atlantic, and we're gonna.
Yeah.
Anytime you come.
We're coming
out
upstream. We're coming for you. The Ed Sullivan Theater. We're gonna be there. Watch the fuck out, dude.
Yeah, whenever he gets his comeback special, he's gonna come there. It's gonna be nothing but. It's just gonna be an audience of octopus people ready.
Yeah, the lights will come on in the theater. It'll just be just octopuses in all the seats.
And that's when he'll know that his time has come.
His taser.
Cameraman's gonna take off his hat. Turns out it's an octopus underneath.
His luck's run out. Paul Shear's been an octopus this whole time. He's our undercover agent.
So
how do you think he plays the piano so good?
Yeah.
He's got those 8 arms.
He can hit so many more notes.
Dude, so many keys. He's playing like 8 octaves at a time.
Okay,
Can't
here's
keep up.
well, you're bringing up a very important point. Why
I
don't
so.
we bring okay, and we have to determine. So is it so? Some people say octopuses, some people say octopi, some people say octopode. Whatever the plural of octopus may be, why don't we do that? Because they would make amazing musicians.
Oh, fantastic point.
Like,
so glad you asked.
Think of every single instrument.
Yeah.
It would all be easier if you were an octopus.
Yeah, there's no instrument that you couldn't play better as an octopus.
Right? Like, even like a guitar or something like that. I mean, that would be a little tricky, I guess. But at the same time, like, they have so many tentacles, they can just do whatever they want. Plucking strings would be great.
You could play a 4-necked guitar.
Yeah.
You could shred a
my
4-necker.
God.
Yeah, right? Or drums. I think drums are like the canonical example of an octopus instrument, you know.
An octopus would absolutely kill it with drums. You could have, some people get double bass drums. You could have 4 bass drums, and then they still have 4 other limbs to hit things with.
Yeah, I think octopuses would be the best metal drummers. Get that quadruple kick going. Fucking melt your brain.
Yeah. I think we need to do this. Scientists need to work on that so that we can improve and enrich our musical experiences.
We're listening to music at like 60% capacity, right? The best music available today is human music, and that's like 60% of music's full potential.
Octopuses are 100.
Yeah.
It might even be, if it's 60%, they have twice as many limbs as we do. So, I mean, it could be 120%.
Holy fuck! You're gonna listen to the octopus jams, and then you're gonna go back to like Michael Jackson Thriller or like To Pimp a Butterfly, and it's just gonna sound dull and lifeless.
Yeah, Mozart is a bitch compared to anything an octopus can make.
It's not gonna have that octopus stank on it, It's gonna sound like fucking trash.
Yeah. An octopus knows.
Sound horrible.
Yeah, an octopus knows metal better than all of could play metal better than fucking James Hetfield of Metallica. They could play. They know funk better than James Brown. They know soul better than Aretha Franklin. They can kill it in any sort of genre.
Yeah, RESPECT, no, OCTPUSSYS. Don't spell that out. Just ignore that. Octopuses. Yeah.
Wow.
OCTPUSE. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Octopuses are the best. I'm thinking even reed instruments, like those beaks they have, could get right into that saxophone neck or that tuba.
You don't have to worry about the embouchure so much whenever you have a beak.
Yeah. The beak takes care of the embouchure. I think we can all agree. I think that's what's all in all of our minds.
The only reason I know that is that I played trumpet in 9th grade very poorly. So they always talked about the embouchure.
And I just pretended I knew, but what is the embouchure? I don't even know.
It is like the sides of your face, like the muscles.
Oh.
Yeah, it is because as you play trumpet by the end, not only is it filled with spit, it is also your the sides of your mouth are absolutely killing you.
Oh my god. Jesus.
You know, for my final recital for trumpet, I went up and I started playing my song, and then I forgot some of the notes about halfway in, so I just hummed the music for like a minute, and then I ended it, and
Oh my god. Just a nice little hum solo right in the middle.
I got like
Nice.
a 70 in that class, which for Canadians that's a B minus. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Considering I
pretty good.
totally fucked up my final performance.
I remember one traumatic band experience was where I was it was like on an outdoor stage, and we were starting to play, and we got like a few bars in, and then my sheet music just blew away, like in the wind. And I just had to completely freestyle. And I'm kind of panicking right now because I think I might have told this story like 3 other times on this podcast. But
No, I don't think I've ever heard the story.
oh, okay, yeah, sheet music just blew away in the wind, just got carried away, and yeah, I just had to improv some like
What did you
some
play?
Bach. I don't even know. It's some like instrument, you mean?
Yeah.
Clarinet.
Oh,
Like a boss.
wow.
Like a cool high school kid, yeah.
So you were improvising with the clarinet, some Bach.
Yeah, just jamming out.
Amazing.
Yeah, Bach is not easy to improv, I will say.
No. They definitely called him the Miles Davis of his time.
For sure, yeah. They didn't know who Miles Davis was, but they knew. This guy sounds like a Miles Davis.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
Ben, you got to give me another question here.
All right, here we go. Okay, this is probably going to be a quick one. It's in the Academia Stack Exchange, asked by
Oh, no.
Adam. Is it normal to have a bad feeling after asking questions? If you're me on this podcast, the answer is yes.
yeah. Tell me your experience every time you ask a question here. What are the feelings that you go through?
Depression, and anxiety, nervousness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But eventually you get to acceptance.
Yeah, acceptance, and then joy eventually. But I think
Yeah.
this question's about in school. Were you a big question asker in school, or did you kind of like just lay low?
No. I would panic every time I thought,
Oh, yeah.
because there's many times that you are like, I'm very unclear on this topic, and I feel like one question would very quickly clear things up, and you don't, and then you proceed to not know what you're doing for the rest of the class, and you sit there looking at your paper like you're an idiot, and you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, and then you get a D+ in math at the end of the year. So
That's so true, though. It's like, man, social anxiety is a bugger. It's like, man, this one small question, it would take 30 seconds,
yeah,
clear this right up for me. Can't do it.
yeah,
I'm right there with you.
yeah. Every time I, even in university, actually, especially in university, because
Oh,
you know
yeah.
it's like if you're in like one of those big settings, there's 500 people in the auditorium, and you're like, I
Impossible.
am not standing out here at all.
Yeah. The social confidence it would take to ask a question in front of 500 people, like, come on.
You know,
It's
okay,
not
so
happening.
this actually brings up a very funny story. I don't know if my partner has told you about this, but they had a class, and it was in astronomy, and it was the end of the semester.
Okay.
And now this was in art school, so
Right.
you know there's no one going there to be astronomers,
Right.
and so the professor was like, hey, so if there's any other questions that you guys need to ask, just let me know, and just to like help clear things up, we're just like doing exam prep. And someone, a woman, puts up her hand and, completely serious, asks, if an astronaut is in outer space, can they touch the stars? At the end of a semester in an astronomy class.
Have you learned nothing?
Literally, what the fuck?
Did you skip every class before this one?
Like, but they didn't talk about stars? Do you know what a star is? Are you 3 years old? If it was a very small child that's sitting in the back of the class, someone brought in their kid, and they're asking
behalf of asking on behalf of my toddler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I cannot understand
Jesus.
being asked that. That's like if you are, because going in my field, if you're asking a question at the end of European history class, someone puts up their hand and was like, so hold on, let me get this straight. Was Hitler, did he speak German? It's like, yeah, obviously.
Jesus.
In program, it's like, hold on, so we can make a loop?
Yeah, wait. Just rewind to day one real quick.
What's an if statement?
Can we get a recap on the first day of the first 5 minutes of this class? Would you mind? Jesus
What's
Christ.
a Java?
Yeah, yeah, real quick.
Holy shit.
I missed that. I was here for day 2, but I missed day 1. What's a Java?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. I think there was one girl in high school that asked sort of a similar question to your can you touch the stars?
Oh no.
Although in hindsight, I kind of like that can you touch the stars question. Like, that's kind of a nice, whimsical sort of. I wish I could touch the stars.
Kind of innocence to that question that I can really appreciate, but it is quite possibly the dumbest question you could ask as an adult.
Yeah. Especially in the
last
last
day
of
course?
astronomy class. Yeah.
Did you miss every lesson? Okay, but this question that someone had asked in high school.
Oh, yeah. I think it was about, we were learning, it was like physics. And I think it was about, I don't know, like tensions or bridges. And this one person asked if suspension bridges were held up by clouds.
What?
Like, if clouds were sort of the foundation for suspension bridges. Which is a nice thought, I wish they were. It would kind of be like we're living in a Studio Ghibli movie or something, but...
That would be whimsical and amazing. But
yeah.
have they ever seen a suspension bridge?
Clearly no. It's right in the name. It's right. The answer's right in the name.
Or they suspended from the clouds.
Yeah. Suspended by clouds, right,
and
clearly.
Wait, so if that's the case, clouds move. And so does that mean the bridges, they have to plan out the bridge? And then what happens when it rains? Is it raining bridges?
Oh, you're fucked when it rains. Don't drive over that bridge.
Yeah, the Golden Gate becomes a death trap.
Yeah, the Golden Gate collapses about once every 2 weeks. Just
oh my God.
A little known fact.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow.
But yeah, just to recap, question asking is hard. I hope in the future they do like anonymous, like smartphone-based questions. Right?
Yeah, and then at the end of the class, they spend like 10 minutes and they can just look at it and be like, hey, oh, this person asked this. Perfect.
Yeah.
But then everyone's going to be on their phones and professors hate that.
That's true. But at least if you had crippling social anxiety, you wouldn't fail just because you didn't want to ask. Can you touch the stars? Yeah.
All right. Ben?
All right, next question?
Yeah.
All right. This one is in science fiction and fantasy. It's asked by Robin Clower, something like that.
Okay.
Edited by David W. Thank you, David W., for the edit.
Okay.
It's trying to...
They had an editor on board for the questions?
Yeah, David sort of oversees all these questions, just so you know.
Yeah, gets rid of all the typos.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, so this one is about identifying a story. And the story they're trying to identify, the synopsis is Christian novel about astronauts returning from Mars to the Rapture. And I just like this idea that they've gone to Mars and they've just missed the rapture.
And why is the rapture only on Earth? Why can't it happen on Mars?
Yeah. It should be universe wide, shouldn't it be?
You'd think.
Come on, God. Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, not, so ignoring the fact that, I'm pretty sure this is a Twilight Zone episode,
Oh, shit. Should we move on?
no, I think this is, oh no, there was the one where they think they go to Mars, but they actually just crash land in the middle of the desert, and one of them dies. Okay. So that's fun, but... Which I don't know how they would look at the desert and think, yeah, this has got to be Mars. Like
this looks like Mars.
Has a very different look than Earth, even its deserts. Okay.
Yeah.
But
we can see Las Vegas off in the distance, but nah, it's got to be Mars.
Yeah, the sky is nice and blue. It's got
there's
this
the
nice
moon.
breeze. Yeah, there's the fucking moon. Holy shit.
Oh
the
God.
sun is just as big as it was when we looked at it in the sky before.
Yeah. There's a blimp that says Goodyear. It's gotta be Mars. Can't not be Mars. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Jesus.
So, a Christian story where they come back. So, what do they do? So, so since it's the rapture, that means that some people are left behind.
Right. Yeah, the non-believers. They're still there.
So they come back, and a lot of people are gone, but I would assume most people aren't.
Right.
Because the majority of people aren't Christians.
Yeah, as time marches on, the rapture gets less and less impactful, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like if the rapture was to happen in 21, like 100 years from now,
yeah,
I feel like you'd be missing like the odd weird old man on the corner, and that's about all the effect the rapture.
I know. It would just be getting rid of all the old people, and
there would be no impact.
We're already praying for that now, so like.
Yeah. I love that idea that the further you get into the future, the less impact the rapture has. It's just a non-event.
Yeah, it happens, and you're like, oh.
Oh,
yeah,
is that the rapture? Oh,
I
shit.
guess, yeah, Dave is gone, but like,
yeah, didn't
and
know
my
Dave was that
grandparents
religious. Wow.
are gone, but that's fine. They were going out anyway.
Yeah. Wow. The rapture, eh? Well, anyway.
All right.
How's the game last night? Yeah.
I know. Yeah. The economy has the entire GDP of the world has gone down by 0.01% after the rapture happens.
Yeah. It's like a foot. It doesn't even make the main CNN feed. It's like on the crawler.
Yeah, rapture has occurred.
Rapture has taken place yesterday. Four people from North London are gone.
Holy shit! Wow,
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, Ben, I need another question.
Another question? Okay. This one's about this one's in the bicycles Stack Exchange. It's asked by
I know a lot
Pablo
about bicycles.
H. Yeah.
Pablo.
Yeah. This is going to be right in our wheelhouse. Neither of us bike that much, and neither of us have a kid. So this is going to be a good one.
Oh God.
We're uniquely
I have a
qualified
nephew,
for this.
so maybe I'll have an idea.
So this one is ways to hear kid on back seat. So you got a kid in the back seat of your bike, and you want to hear them.
Why?
Their cries for help, or their.
Do you put a cowbell on them or something? Like, do you just want to know that they're still there?
You could do that.
Or is it because you want to have a conversation?
Yeah. Maybe with young Todrick, you want to get to know your kid better on the way in.
Well, okay. I'm still... Okay, so there's a couple solutions here. One is strap walkie-talkies to your faces, or get the cans with the strings on them.
I think cans is a good bet.
Yeah, cans is really good, because then if they let go and it fucks up, you feel the swinging of it, and it's probably going to get caught in your tire, and you're going to spin out, so you'll be right there with your kid.
Yes, I like that.
That's...
Or what if you teach your kid Morse code, and they can tap on your back, ... ... ... ...
Yeah.
Dot dash dot dash. All the hits.
Not only do they get to learn a very valuable skill, but they can also communicate with you.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you can do American Sign Language with one hand over your shoulder back to them.
Yeah.
This is a very
so
sort of intricate.
If your kid is deaf, it's perfect.
That's true.
But so you can do that. So they can learn so many different ways of communication, and all they want to tell you is that they've just peed in the seat behind you, and that's why it's so warm.
Dot dash, Father, I have just peed in the seat. I am sitting in a pool of my own urine. Oh my god. This could be good, though. Did you also have this weird relationship with your dad where you could, like, only talk to each other on a human level when one of you was driving and you weren't looking at each other?
I don't want to get too real about things, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's also my experience.
Yeah, anytime you get a ride back from like school or something like that, and that's when you have a conversation, and then the rest of the time it is stilted and completely awkward.
Yeah, if you're face to face, it's about sports and the weather.
Yeah,
and then if you're side by side in the car, it's about life.
Yeah. You're getting really the best life advice that you ever get from a dad is when you're in the middle of nowhere, you're an hour into your drive and you still have an hour to go.
Exactly. And it's nighttime too. If it's nighttime and you're like you're not looking at each other and you can't see each other even if you wanted to, that's some like classic dad
Oh
time.
Yeah, you're looking at
bonding.
the window, you're seeing the street lights go by.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Classic dad bonding time.
Wow.
But I think that's it. I think we've...
I think we have enough of a buffer that I can cut out a good portion of the material and we can still have a full episode.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Well, that was great. Thank you so much for coming on, dear guest.
Yeah, anytime.
And if you all liked this content, you could subscribe on our YouTube, which is our main method of content distribution at the moment, though it might change in the future.
We're YouTube exclusive.
Yeah, they're not paying us for that. It's because we can't afford to have our thing up. I mean, we can, but we just choose not to. But if you like that, give it a like, give it a subscribe, or if it's on another platform, do that as well. On whatever their, analog for that is. And if you like the art of the person who made this, it is made by my lovely partner who goes by Vanderbander. That is VANDERBANDER. Check out their stuff on Instagram and Twitter and nothing else. But that is it for this week, and we'll see you next time. Stay frosty.
David Letterman, we're coming for you. I love you.